Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and today I'm going to do a quick prune and repot on my Meyer's lemon. It is in a window box style terracotta pot, and when it started in this pot, I had two baby citrus, other lemon trees to the side of it, and those died off. So I just don't like it. It doesn't make sense in this. I could totally repurpose this pot for a small forest planting that I have. So I would like to put it in this nice Italian terracotta. It's bigger, deeper, and that's kind of how I want this tree. I want it to bear nice sized fruit and be a little bit larger. So somewhere between a bonsai and a garden tree size. Maybe 3 feet at tops would be cool. So for now, we're going to get it out of this pot and into this pot. I'm not going to disturb the roots too much, and we're going to get the fruit off because it already broke one branch, and as you see, it's got it pinned down. So I'm going to get the fruit off and just do a little profile prune to get it started for spring. So that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. All right, so I think this has been in this pot for a couple years now, probably around this time, because this is around the time that it gets scale every year. So I'm pretty sure no matter where you are, little kitty cat, pretty sure no matter where you are, if you have citrus, you get scale, and it probably just changes what time of the year you get it. But I've seen it pretty much, I've seen people have it in Australia, I've seen people have it in Canada, Europe, and North America. That's the majority of the channels I watch, so don't know that I've seen it on the South African channel I watch, but regardless, you're gonna get scale if you have citrus. So you notice these little guys here, I'll give you a zoom in on them later. They are a variety of jade, I guess, succulent. They have longer little, what do you even call them? Longer branching. It's long and skinny instead of short and fat like a regular jade. So it looks like a palm tree in my opinion. I thought that would be fitting, going along with the lemon tree after the other two died. I said, okay, well, I'll just add these cuttings in there for lack of a better place to put them. And if I don't like them in the future, I'll take them out. But I actually kind of have grown to like them, so. That other one was not really in there. I think that was from a recent cutting. So, pulling the moss off. I have moss, marble chips, and beach sand in this planting. So I'm actually going to do it off camera, and then we'll come back. All right, so I got the marbles removed, the sand with some of the soil because it was just such light soil. I realized that I got through the sand and I was into the soil. So it's very dry actually right now. So I'm going to water it just a little bit before I move it, just so the roots stay moist throughout the transplant. But we definitely have some nice happy roots trying to grow up through the soil, which I guess the sand and stone and moss was holding that down. So anyways, that's good. Nice healthy roots. Let's see if we could transplant this thing as seamlessly as possible. I'm going to focus on the lemon tree here and not really worry about these guys until after. If they come with, they come with. Okay. Oh. Shoot, I didn't put a screen in. Alright. I gotta do that. I need a screen. Alright, nothing around. Hold on. Alright, so why didn't anybody stop me and say, Jared, prune it before you try to move it? Prune it before you move it. It's got all the fruit on it. So the second I went to set it in the pot, it was falling over. No kidding, Jared. Okay. So this isn't an exciting prune, and I'll tell you why. If I showed you all the branch structure on this thing, you would have a bonsai heart attack. It's terrible. This is a little feeder spike that's in the soil. This pink thing. Anyways, I don't think there is a good branch. So the fact that it's fruiting and looks pretty from afar is going to have to be good for now. Maybe in the future it can develop into something nice. But I'm telling you, if you remove one branch, then there's another branch growing completely across, and then this one's jagged. This one, it's just, they're literally all a mess. So I am choosing to just leave it nice, big, bears nice green and then yellow fruit. Makes my wife happy. Anybody who comes to the ranch, it's like, oh, it's amazing. And I'm thinking, of all the trees here, that's the worst one. Anyways, got 4 lemons to play with. Make sure those don't go to waste. I did not treat this with any chemicals or anything like that. So, all right, so canopy prune, boom. I don't want this one because it's straight up, but I'm afraid this branch won't have anything else. And I gotta go for it. It's just too bad. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. This one's still a little too wide. And since it doesn't really matter to me, I guess I could leave that one, but I guess it is making a bulge, so you know what? Quick decision making, screw it. Little one coming off over here. Don't need you there. Nip your tip. Nip your tip. Tip nip. Yeah, just a couple of scale. So it's going to rain and be between 45 and about 60 degrees for the next 3 days. So I'm going to, after this transplant, leave it outside because I want the scale to die naturally, so I don't have to mess with any of the foliage or anything like that. I'm going to try to keep as many roots as possible, so I'm going to tuck it in here. It's a little low. Tuck it in here, and then I'll just snip off what the excess is. I guess I'm repositioning the succulents. Only one pretty much stayed. So just go ahead and get him out. The moss over here soaking in a bowl of water. It was really dry and not happy. So. Yeah, that's a good height. Oh. This was originally potted in some really nice perlite pumice, vermiculite, and a little bit of sphagnum moss. One of my better varieties. Middle of the road, good for pretty much cactus, succulents, citrus, I wanted to please everything with one batch. And so everything through evergreens, cactus, all that. So since this isn't a repotting, it wasn't ready for it, I just doing like a pot shuffle. I think this is a much more suitable pot for this tree now that it's a single. It's actually making me way happy even looking at it. I don't think I'm going to add those succulents back. I will find another spot for them. Oh, boom. Before I had the moss against the trunk, and I'm thinking that was something to do with very short, vulnerable roots and keeping them moist. But now, I'm going to keep it away from it so that I can kind of highlight that trunk and see if we can't get some cool little surface roots crawling. I do like that on a citrus, so I know when roots are crawling upward, you're supposed to chuck them, but I don't want to chuck them. I don't want to cut them and chuck them. I want to keep them. So I'll just make it as nice and plush in one spot as much as I have here, and then I'll fill it in the rest with the marble chips. So I'll show you how it looks afterwards. All right, so here we have it. Citrus removed. Pretty much just a round canopy with a few tips nipped. Oh gosh. Is it only Tuesday? Already been a long week. This one just seems to have a lot of sticky scale. Look. Boom. Stuck together. So I will see if the rain cures it. Rain with a little bit of chilly weather. And if not, I will treat it probably with some all-natural dish soap that has essential oils in it. Some warm water. I guess worst case neem oil, but I'd have to buy that, and I don't like to spend money. So I don't know if this thing has a front because it's circular, but if it did, I guess it would be about there. And yeah, let's just get a little aerial view. The landscape should fill in nicely. So I got sand in the middle. Sand in the middle, marble chips around the edge, and some moss. So, anyways, much happier with that. That's exactly how I think this tree was intended. Be nice and rounded, just like that. Maximizing what I got rather than I would really have to take a hard look at chopping at least the bottom 3 branches, basically bringing it back to a total stump, and I don't want to do that. I do have a few other citrus that I started from seed, and as they come up over the years, I will prune them perfectly and not let them turn into something like that. But anyways, I've got a lot more to do here at the ranch today. I don't know how much I'll get to because Liverpool's on, so that'll do it for this one. So Meyer lemon transplant and pruning. More to come. I'm Jared Paul from My Family Yours. Cheers.